Hey guys, Sunstreaker Wozza here, and welcome back to another Thursday live stream where, yes, we'll be covering the new combats, sidetrack, and Growl. We also talked about 5-star combiners. There's nothing been confirmed yet, but I thought I'd talk a bit about them, what I expect, and maybe some of my ideas, some 5-star abilities, and why I would give them abilities like that. Again, nothing's been confirmed, but just sort of thinking of, you know, what these combiners lack. Either to be a 5-star, what kind of ability do they need that sort of fits maybe in with a combiner and would make them a good combiner, basically. So yeah, we're talking a bit about that as well. Also looking at, obviously, Knockout and Skids' new G1 core, and then talking about everything Transformers Earth Wars this week. So yeah, that's the plan for today's stream. So yeah. So let's get straight into it and see who we've got in the chat today. So, first up, we've got Stay Puff, thanks for joining. We've got DDEX76, then Lord Avix, Windblade, E-Rods, and Diswales. As always, big shout out to my members. Penny Lancaster, Grind Time, Chris Harmon, Esclaw Jose. We've got Kill Cannon, we've got Fogster Bomb as well. We've got William Wilkinson, we've got Charlie Plays, thanks for joining. We've got Dojak as well, Volcanicus #1. Who else have we got? Shiny523, thanks for joining, appreciate it. Terra of Titano, welcome back. Matt Paul, how's it going, buddy? Where did you go? Hey, I'm still here, but hey, how's it going? Official Tridefall, welcome as well. Ronald Van Holland, welcome back. Generic 2, Chipcox, Freesius Max. Who else have we got? OS73 in the chat as well. Just Elite YouTube as well. And who else have we got? Fogon Gaming, MD Prime, and Bartosh as well. Welcome, welcome everyone. Welcome. Just want to do a quick shout out. Just Elite as a YouTube channel, and he hit me up last week saying, "Hey, Wozza, can I, you know, sort of do a review of your video with text and your outpost bots?" And I was like, yeah, sure. So go and check that out, guys. He's sort of doing a reaction video to mine and Tex's rating outpost bots. So yeah, go and check that out. And as always, go and check out all your content creators. Obviously, Freesius Max, not official content creator yet, but go and check his channel out as well. I have seen that he streamed, I think it was yesterday or last night. So I'll be going checking it out after my stream. So yeah, go and check them all out. It's obviously my good friend Grind Time as well, but all the content creators, go and check them out. So let's start on the new start the newsletter. I was going to say I've not set up the platinum membership giveaway. I was going to do it at the end of the stream, and Chris Hammond has just come in. Normally, guys, you'd have to do it before the stream, but I've actually forgot to set it up, so I'll do it mid-stream. And yeah, so I think you might just have made it, Chris Hammond, luckily enough. But yeah, but today the platinum members will be doing a $50 gift card giveaway. So if you do want to be in within a shout of that $50 giveaway, you've got until the end of the stream to become a platinum member. So other platinum members, you get put in with a $50 gift card giveaway. And we also add you to a chat, and you can do one-to-ones with me. And so yeah, a lot of little cool perks. But $50 gift card giveaway, you've got to the end of the stream to steal Grind Time's gift card. And the joke is, like, you know, it's obviously not Grind Time, but Grind Time has been my longest serving member and you know, supporter, and still hasn't won it. So yeah. And Grind Time's put so after the stream, if you don't win, I'm going to cancel my membership. So just before you go next stream, he gets it away. Well, yeah, in essence, you could do. But you're taking a chance, because maybe we'll set it up early and then you don't, so. Cool. Cool. Okay, let's have a look at the newsletter. So, Bar Weep Grana, Weep Ninibong. Welcome to week 3 of the new saga. So this week's event is Operation Overkill. So obviously a Halloween theme, we do this sort of every year, and there's always some sort of variance. But this year, it's a individual totalizer for 10k, 10 prestiges, so 1k per prestige, and they have some new spectral chests. So we'll look at it in a minute. Some nice goodies in there. So some spectral chests, some ghostly chests, and some eerie chests. Also some 4-star shards, some 3-star shards, prem crystals, alloy energon, the usual spark, and combiner spark as well. Oh, and thank you, Fox the Bomb, for the super chat. Appreciated. So then we've got a obviously spectral chest, ghostly chest, and eerie chest, the 4-star shards, and that's the same for every single prestige. And then we've got some spooky Halloween bundles. So you can see there's some prem crystals, some prem chips, some spectral chests, some ghostly chests, and eerie chests. They have actually reduced these down. There's a bit of a kerfuffle in Cybertron chat today about this. They reduced it down to, when I saw it I thought that's a bit low, but I think it's 1 for the $10 bundle, 2 for the $20 bundle, and yeah, they've reduced it right down basically. But hey, it is what it is. So you know, they said that they put too many in there and they've reduced it, so it is what it is, sadly. But I think some people got a chance to take advantage of this basically, and I think so, and they got some more. So it's supposed to be 6 chests rather than 2 of each. I'm not too sure whether they're in the store or not, but I did see some people got some rewards because they did something, or the event started early or something. I didn't really take much notice of it, to be honest with you. But yeah, these have been reduced. So when I saw them, I thought they were really good, but they've been reduced right down. But inside the spectral chest, you've got bot power cores, you've got spark or 5-star shards, you've got building power cores, combat spark, 5-star combat shards. We've got O13, we've got combiner spark, we've got a G metal power core, gold power core as well. So you've got equal chance of all them. More chance of the shards in these two, but equal chance in the eerie chests. So yeah, pretty cool. They've also done a survey, and obviously you have a chance to win some 5-star shards by filling it out. So I recommend you fill that out regardless. It's just asking you about the game and what you think of it and things like that. And I was talking to Dale about something other. He said they got something in the works. I can't really say what yet, but it's quite exciting. So that's something that Dale's sort of trying to do in the background. But he just said that he looked at figures, obviously, comparing to, you know, previous years, which we do. You know, we call them like for likes, where we compare this period a year ago to last year's period, and we compare our sales and our profits to how we did 12 months ago. And Dale just said that when looking through some stats, they've actually had more players in the game now than 2 years ago. So the amount of players in the game has actually increased since 2 years ago, which is obviously a really good thing to hear, that the game is actually progressing. And I actually said to Dale that I feel like there was a lot more players before that, but I feel like the game sort of was in decline a couple of years ago. And I'll be honest, and I said I think a lot of the game's progress is probably down to Dale. And he's sort of like, no, don't be stupid. I went, no, because a lot of the feedback what we were given before that sort of fell on deaf ears. They had the Discord, but they didn't. They said they listened, but I don't think they really did listen. I don't think they had the time, because we see now how much time that, you know, Dale puts into that Discord. You know, he's on there all day, every day. Let's be honest, he's way over the amount of hours he should do. But he puts so much effort into that Discord, and, you know, listening to the people and feeding that back to the apes. And, you know, I always think that they wanted to listen, but just didn't have the time to actually sit in there. And the people that before Dale were sort of running that Discord were not feeding as much information back, so they thought everyone was just happy with the game. But now Dale's in there, he's feeding all this back, and the apes are listening to him and going, okay, well, we can do this and we can change that and things like that. So I think a lot of the game's progress is down to Dale, and I can't be more thankful to the guy. honestly. That's why I'll defend him a lot when people, you know, call the guy, and yeah, he probably does have his faults and that, but we've all got our faults in some way, but I can't fault him. I still think that the game is progressing as it is, thanks to a good community manager, and it just sort of says to me how much them guys are important. You know, it's not just a sort of a small role. You know, those guys are bringing the community together and, you know, trying to improve the game, and that's the big part of it, and I can't thank him enough. And but yeah, the game is progressing well. More and more players joining the game, and it's a good thing to hear. So yeah, onwards and upwards. So it's just said that they are doing the toy giveaway. So I think I've got pretty much all my names. I might have a few more to have to check, but that won't be today because obviously we're doing the giveaway for the gift card today. But yeah, pretty cool that they're giving away some toys again. So 2 for content creators. So me, Hoist, Grind Time, Soldier. We'll all be getting some names together and giving it to them. I think it's about 150 names going in, and you've got and 2 are getting given away. You might think a 1 in 75 chance is pretty low, but they're giving 1 away in, I think 2 away in VIP and 2 away in Discord members, and it's like something like 5,000 votes entries. So you've got a 1 in 2,500 chance. So I think the best chance of winning one of these toys is being picked by one of the content creators to go in the draw. So if you have been picked already, all platinum members are already in that. So well done. But yeah, if you do get picked to go in that draw, that's the best chance you've got. And then they said they've saved 3 of our current toys been reserved for new bot special ability suggestions. And I did say that if I do win that, because I think mine's quite high, I don't think it's the highest, but it's quite high, I'll be giving that away on my channel regardless. So I sort of campaigning for it, and I thought it's not fair that I wasn't campaigning to win the toy. I was campaigning because I do think that my ideas are pretty good, obviously because I've written it. But listen, if you agree or not, yeah, fine. You know, if you don't agree, no problem with that. You know, I'm just saying, listen, if you do, I presume by watching my channel, you sort of agree with the things that I sort of say, because if you didn't, you'd be like, I'm not listening to this guy, just talking nonsense. So I was like, listen, if you like what my ideas are, then, you know, go and check that out. And it's got quite a few votes, so I'm not going to campaign for it to win a toy and then go, hey, I want a toy. It's a bit of a kick in the teeth really to players that didn't get it. So I've just said that, you know, if my idea does get one of the top 3 and win a toy, then I will give it away. You know, it's not fair to keep myself. So yeah. Then we've got the new contract. We've got the new combats, sidetrack and Growl. So we'll be showing them away and giving my opinion on them shortly. Then they did a Hasbro competition. So I'll be honest with you. So we get the newsletter early usually, and all this was sort of blacked out. It was sort of missing. So I read through and all that. I was like, okay, I can see the event and bits and bobs and whatever else. So then I think Days put the newsletter in Discord. So I thought, oh, I'll go and check out the things that I've missed in time for the stream. So I started looking through it. So I thought, oh yeah, and I thought, you know what, I'll start reading through these memories. Yeah. So I read the first one. I was like, oh yeah, that's pretty cool, you know. Yeah. And then I read the next one, and then I was like, yeah, pretty cool. Third one, I was like, yeah, pretty cool. You know, one about his kid. I was like, yeah. I was like, what? What? I won? What? Because I said to Dale, I said, like, you know, I said it's very rare that I'll win things. Like, I've never won on the Discord giveaway. I've only won on the stream twice. I think the official stream in 6 years of tuning in every single week. So, and sometimes I do have quite a lot of G1 knowledge. So sometimes I'm on the button and I get there first with some of the questions, and then the second person gets picked, and I'm like, well, maybe it's just that they're seeing it, you know, slower than me. And then sometimes I'm in there like a minute before anyone else, and then everyone copied me, and then I still don't win. So I'm sort of under the, you know, under the thing of that, you know, content creators don't win or shouldn't win, whatever. Then I won a code about a few months ago, and I was like, oh my god. I said today, I said, listen, I'm not even bothered about winning the code. I just do it just to try and win, just to see if I can win. And he's like, no, you can't win. I was like, I never win. But, you know, appreciate you sort of like letting me at least get a crystal. And so now I've won on the stream, I don't even enter the competitions anymore. I'm like, I don't even need it, but it was more of a challenge to try and win something. More of a competition with myself. It was a bit weird. But yeah, and I just doing a crystal, like a stash crystal that I give away. So yeah, it was really good to win some shards. I was like, wow, like, you know, it was impressive, you know. quite pleased. I was quite stuck back. So yeah, and Dale just said that he chose that because they showed that to Hasbro and they were really impressed and looked at my channel and stuff like that, and they liked the fact that, you know, they have a community and also have content creators creating content for them. So I was like, yeah, thanks. So yeah, cool. And then we've got my latest video on the amazing new course. So I go and check that out, guys. I still see people in the chat and they're going, "What? Prime cores are coming on defense?" I'm like, "Yes, go and check it out." I said to everyone, listen, if you want to get all the latest info, then subscribe to my channel. Never miss another video, and you'll know all the important information when and if it's coming. I've been saying for the last 10 months, save your Prime Core shards, 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 save your Prime Core shards. I've said it endlessly to the point where the other streamer was like, let me know how many Prime Core shards you've got. And everyone's like, I've got 20k, I've got 25k, thanks Wozza, I've got 35k. And it pleases me that I've, you know, I created this channel to try and help people improve in the game, get ahead in the game, and become better players because I'm trying to give them good advice. To the point where even in one of the new players chats, someone gives some bad advice. It's like, whoa, 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 whoa. No. Let's keep it to solid, good advice. Because we're talking about a bot, and we're like, yeah, it's alright as your first bot. I was like, no, it's not. I can't remember what bot we were talking about. But it's like, right, let's not lie to new players or try and kid them or try and, you know, make them have, you know, make them lie to them for the sake of their feelings. You know, give them solid advice, true advice, saying this is good, this is bad, this is what you want to do, this is what you don't want to do. That's what I've always aimed to do. So, you know, if I can say to you guys, listen, I think this is going to happen, do this will help you, and people have done that and it's improved and helped their game, then that's my job done as a content creator. That's the way I look at it. It's my job, so to speak. It's not a job, but you know what I mean. It's my job to you know, help you guys out in the game by giving you good advice, and I feel I've done that with the Prime Core shards, and I'm so glad that some people have you know, done that, and now they're going to get some really good cool cores when they come out. And I just feel sorry for the people that don't watch my channel that haven't said that, and I still see people saying that, oh my god, I've got to save 25k Prime Core shards because they've been buying G1 cores with it, or, you know, or buying cores with them. I'm like, why? So, you know, one good reason to watch my channel. That's all I'm saying. But yeah, super pleased that everyone's got some decent Prime Core shards and defense for that. Should help you on defense. Then we've got community corner, so we've got some cool drawings, but it looks very Bay Farmers-ish to me. We've got some cool wall art. That is pretty cool. I loved that when I was a kid. We've got a cool Minerva picture. And then there's some cool books, some Hollywood books that someone's got, which look a bit... I've never seen them before in my life, but yeah. And the following bug fixes came live on today. So it was Windstrike and Barry weren't doing the right damage, which I didn't know about this, but makes sort of sense. I didn't really rate Windstrike when I tested him, but maybe it wasn't because he was doing the right damage. So, and then Sky, Rain, and Galvatronus. So we'd talk about this on Monday. So Galvatronus was doing totally wrong damage. It was a bug for the test server where he was like one shot in HG 14 or 15 something. And yes, they've had to do a fix to that, sadly. There's also a bit of an error. It's a bit weird. So we'll talk about it in playtest again. So someone came in playtest and said my Galvatronus is not doing, the 3-star ability is not doing what it should. It should shoot out 8 balls doing 5k each. And I was like, what? No, that's wrong. That's definitely wrong. And I thought the values were wrong. I was like, no, it should be like maybe 2k, if that, or a k. If you're doing 8 times that. But no, I looked at my Sky Rain and the description is totally different. So Sky Rain's description is fire some water tornadoes doing 5,000 damage in an area. So that's pretty good. 5,000 in an area, that's pretty good, to be honest with you. Normally around 3 or 4k is the average for combiners. So 5k was good, and hence why I thought there's no way this combiner is doing 8 times 5k. It's not doing 40k. You know, Omega's 5-star lightning does that. So, but what it worked out was it's just a bit misleading. It says fire 8 balls, but it's firing 8 balls in an area, and it does 5k over that area. You don't get 8 times 5k, and you don't hit 8 targets either. It just fires 8 ball, which is a bit weird. So I just said to Dale that you just need to rename it basically, so it makes sense that you just fire dark energy on in an area, causing 5k damage. Don't think it does 8 times 5k or hits 8 targets, guys. It doesn't. It's a small area And so yeah, that's a bit of feedback I passed on, and that they'll probably change the description of that to match what it should do. And that's not a nerf or an output. People start saying, oh, they've nerfed Skyrain already. No, they haven't. That is what he did on the test server. 5k is still impressive. It's the description was just misleading to the point where even testers thought he should do more than that. But yeah, listen, he's still looking good. People are saying like, oh, this combiner's not going to be good now because he's doing less damage. But listen, we can't have combiners doing like 100k damage with an ability. So it's been brought back in line again. He's still very good though, because obviously when we had him in testing, we had Skyrain, Galvatronus was bugged, but Skyrain never was, so he's still good. And then we are in week 3 of the saga. So this week, the individual event for bot XP. Next week, event is for Prime Core Shards and the new combats. The first time that you'll be able to get a 4-star combat in a chance event. So super pleased for that. I mean, myself, obviously end game content of 5 stars is what I want, but I do buy quite a few bundles for 4-star combat, so I might buy a few less now if I get the 4-star combat in the chance event. So pretty cool that we're going to get combats in chance events. First ever chance event for a combat, and it makes sort of sense really, taking the bot out of that and putting the bot in the endurance events. 5-star makes perfect sense to me. I think it's brilliant. A lot of people aren't too keen on it, but it makes sense for me. It's not as bad as the leaderboards were. It's a realistic points achievement, so you could probably get enough points for that, maybe 80k I think it is, for around $100 roughly. I think $100 for a 5-star isn't too extreme. It's not too bad, but I think they need to obviously then bring bundles back in line with it. That's a discussion for another day though. But 80k for a 5-star I think is acceptable, and I think 1.5 mil for a 4-star combat chance, I think that's good as well. We're going to get obviously plenty of stuff in between as well. So yeah, it's a good event. Looking forward to that event. Black Friday weekend, obviously can't wait for that. And then we'll have to see on this week 6, 750k to 1 million. There's a bit of discussion right now whether it should be 750k or 1 mil. Obviously, the lower the score, the less surprises, but I'm fine with it being a bit less and making people relax in time for the endurance event at the end. So yeah, like we said, new 8-week saga, and then we'll see how that goes. So yeah, cool. Okay, well let's see the chat, see what I've missed while I've been chatting. Let's have a look. Yeah, Matt Paulies he said the bundles were a bit bland, the spooky chests and that. Yeah, they're alright, but I think they had 3 in them. I think everyone would have bought them basically. But I think someone in the chat said it was quite. Was it actually? I think I can't remember what it was. Oh, I'd like to give him a shout out. I can't remember what it was. It's actually someone I know as well as such in the chat. He talks quite a bit from One Prime. I cannot remember. I'm sorry. I'd love to give it a shout out because it was a pretty cool comment. And he said something along the lines of, "Well, you decided to reduce the chests, and we've decided not to spend." I was like, fair enough. He's right though. He's right. If you're gonna reduce chests like that, then less people are gonna buy them. So yeah. Let's have a look. What else? Yeah, Chris Harmon's put the event ran for 15 minutes. That's what it was. Yeah. Yeah, and Freezer saying Dale's helped a bunch. Yeah. He has. Let's have a look. What else? Penny Lancaster, didn't you win something for your member? Yeah. Andy Pratt, how to get my name for your toy giveaway? I've been doing it on stream for the last couple of weeks. I did some entries the other Monday. I did a competition on Discord. So here's the funny thing. I told everyone in stream. So Penny Lancaster, I think, asked for a giveaway, and I said, oh sorry, I meant to do a giveaway. I'll put it in my Discord. So I put it in my Discord, I tagged everyone in it, and I got 3 entries. That was it. And so you know what, even though they got an answer wrong, I put them 3 into the draw because no one even went into it. I know that I don't go in Discord a lot and things like that, so I kind of get it a bit. When someone says, listen, I'm giving away a chance to get in and get a toy or space save, go and check the Discord out and I tag everyone in it, you'd think more people entered, but they didn't. But hey, it is what it is. So yeah, those 3 guys got straight in there. A lot of talk about combiners. So on Grind Time stream last night, so I tend to, it's a running joke, but I tend to watch Grind Time stream when I'm going to bed. So to give you an idea, I start work on a Monday morning. Well, I used to start a bit later, but we've had a few manager shortages, so I've been starting at 6 AM. 6 AM on a Monday morning, so I had to get up at 4:30, get ready. It's about a half an hour drive to work. So yeah, I'd get up at like 4:30 AM. Now Grind Time streams at about midnight for me, I think it is, half 11, something like that. So it's very late, so I'm just about going to bed then. I don't sleep much enough on a Monday night, Sunday night, Monday. But yeah, so I sort of listen to Grind Time as I'm drifting off, and it's like a running joke that Grind Time sends me to sleep. But to be honest with you, it doesn't, because I normally finish the stream and then go to sleep. But I'm just sort of winding down while I'm listening. So I'm always in the chat, but not actually chatting. So yeah, but anyway, Grind Time was talking a lot about combiners, and I kind of agree. And I think the big one, and although sometimes you sort of latch into an idea and go, yeah, I kind of agree with you a bit, but I'm not too sure about that. And so he said that, you know, it should be so many battles. But when he said last night, he said, like, you know, you should be able to activate a combiner, and then a number comes up, and you go, right, you've got 10 battles there. And then you can activate another combiner, and you got 10 there. But that's pretty cool. I don't think they would go for that, but I think that'd be really, really good, where you could activate a combiner, use your ore, but then, yeah, I don't know. I just think it's a bit overpowered, because you could do that for an event, and you could line them up where you've got 6 combiners, or with 10 uses. So that's where I don't think they'd go for that. But I do like the idea of having to use combiners more rather than timer, because Grind Time actually had a bit of a laugh about it and said, you know, sometimes he's on the computer and his wife will say to him, you know, come on, we've got to go and do something. He's like, hang on, give me a minute, I'm on a timer. And I do that all the time, and I'm sure you do as well. That, you know, I'll be mid-game playing the game, you know, and I'll do some Zen farming. I'll activate my combiner in the middle of a war. I did it yesterday. I was in the middle of a war attack, and it didn't go well. I actually dropped points for the first time in a long time, believe it or not. We actually lost the war as well, which I feel a bit guilty about. But hey, everyone does drop points, and I spent a lot of time looking at a solution for that sort of base. And I was literally in the middle of the battle when it was going wrong. Like, bots were going this way, bots were going that way. It was a really good base, actually. And then my daughter was like, Daddy, can I borrow a minute? I was like, give me a minute. Give me a minute. So then she's like, come and look. I went, just give me a minute. Give me a minute. So I carried on with the thing. And then the wife came and was like, can I just borrow you one? Oh, look at this. I was like, give me 10 minutes. My combiner's active. I'm doing this. Just leave a minute. The amount of times that's happened is unbelievable. You know, we're going out somewhere. Are we going now? I'm just finishing this. And it's always because the combiner's active. You know, I can stop a you know, a general attack and just go, okay, I'm not bothered about that. I'm missing one attack. But for some reason, when your combiner's active, you're like, no, I can't leave that unused. It's so precious. But yeah, but I agree, Grind Time. Totally. What else? Yeah, Freeze Max, if you want a good thing for music, I can point in the right direction. I mean, YouTube does it, but I like a guy called Harris Heller, who does stream beats, so that's what I use. But yeah, I can give you some tips on that if you want. Yeah, I agree, Chris Harmon. You know, I was thinking this today, that when I talk about 5-star combiners, they don't need to increase the amount of Ore 13, they need to increase the amount of combiners that are good. And then you can use one per water attack depending on the base, and that's what I've thought about as well. So we'll come to that in a bit anyway. But I'm glad it worked for you, Chris Harmon. I'm glad it, yeah, we had a 1-to-1, and I'm glad it helped. Yeah, just Chris Harmon stuff like that. He had this 1-to-1, and I'm glad it helped you. And he did say his war scores really improved since then, and yeah. I did to give him some tips, and it is that Chris Hammer's got on. Then it is sort of a mindset. You've got to get out of a certain mindset and change that to a way of thinking. It's I don't know. For me, it's sort of like natural now, but I'm not just bragging. But you know, and grind time, I get to it last night. So I said in the stream, like, I think Wozza looks at it, it's like the Matrix. And it is, it's weird that I can look at a base and I can just look at it and go like, right, yeah, that is lined up and that needs to be taken out and that will walk there and the bot will walk around there and I could put this bot there so he goes this way. And a lot of people can't do it. And, you know, for me, it's just natural. But, you know, hell, you know, there's a lot of things that people could do well and not well. And just so happens that I can path well in this game, you know. Yeah, Chris Harmon's put this garbage not working, shoots 6 comments out. But yeah, like I said, it shouldn't. If they do that, they'll reduce the comments down to 500 damage each or something, and it wouldn't be worth it, honestly. You better keep it as it is, trust me. Grant's did a bit of trolling about the Prime Core shards. It was Hunter. Yes, it was. Yes, thank you, Jetfire. It was Hunter from One Prime that made that joke earlier about the not spending. So yeah, it was a good joke. It was funny. I'll give him that credit. Grant, I'm not sure to do an endurance event for a combat. No, I don't think we will. I think the endurance event will stick as a 5-star box. I do. Be interested to see what it is though, especially because it's going in the batch. So. Because if the 5-star batch is coming out, it means we've got 3 bots already. I think that's a bit too much, really. Every 2 bots. Do we have a 5-star batch every 16 weeks? Is it too much? Will we run out of bots? You know, crazy. You know, who knows? What else? Let's have a look. Spoil Sport or Flak or Stripes? Foghorn Gaming asks. Or Flak. Spoil Sport. Oh, Spoil Sport. What? Oh, right. Oh, that is corrected it. I thought it was saying, do I put Spoil Sport on Flak or Stripes or Flak? But no, he's corrected himself. Spoil Sport or Flak or Stripes. It all depends, really. All 3 are good. It all depends, really. But all 3 are good combats. Depends what you're trying to achieve. Hey, Text29, welcome to the stream. Says the one time I can make the stream, I've got homework to do. Well, homework does come first. I do say that to Jake all the time. Yeah. Grant, I never saw a tag for the giveaway. I don't know. I tagged people. I don't know. Who knows? Honestly, you can go in there now and look. It is there. I thought a bit strange myself, but hey. Yeah, Chris Hammond, you're in already, and so is Grind Time because of platinum members. And Chris Hammond won one of the stream competitions, I think, to get in there. So yeah. What else? Any more comments? Yeah, I've got 5-star shield. I took it off Rook, and now Rook's dying. So now I'm thinking I might put it on, but I don't like the way he sits back. It's such a dilemma. It really is, honestly, such a dilemma. I put him on. It's like the Yoki. You put your Shieldron in, your Shieldron out, in, out, in, out. Honestly. Will they increase levels of Omega to 30? No, we did talk about it on the stream on Monday, but we're going to talk about it again today a bit, and obviously expand a bit. J-Rad, thanks for joining the stream. How's it going, buddy? What else we got? Okay. Yeah, when Grindtime was like, I can't look at a base, it takes too much time. Grindtime goes, Leroy Jenkins. The funny thing is, I haven't even actually got a clue that is. Honestly, is it a basketballer, I presume? I don't even know. Like I said, it's quite amusing. Does anyone know if Roller Force increased attack speed? Yes, I believe it does. But he's not working right yet, I think. I think Dale said Fabian's took a look at it and it's not quite working right in certain situations or something. So, just bear with him. It might be bugged. But yeah. Just Lee, I entered the toy giveaway. I've not got the list to hand right now, but basically, if I said to you, you're in the toy giveaway, message me and you did, then yeah. That's about, yeah. I think so, I don't know. But yeah. Grant time, you'll show me later. You'll show me who Leroy Jenkins is. Alright, cool, yeah. I'll be quite late tonight anyway. J-Rad, yes, Roller Force, aka Trip Up, is a combat. So yeah. Yeah, and a good combat at that, which again we'll talk a bit about that later as well. So yeah, let's jump into the game and have a look at these new combats. So, combats. So we've got sidetrack. We'll have a look in the not the shuttle, in the showroom in a minute. So sidetrack has 8,640 health and could cause 682 damage per second from range. If sidetrack dies, it turns into a robot form with 8,500 health roughly, with 4 times DPS, and explodes on death. So yeah, something a bit new. That's what I do like about it. And then Decepticons, obviously we've got Growl. And Growl obviously the same, but obviously different stats depending on the start level. So let's have a look at him in the showroom as well. I've got so many max bot. This is obviously a test server, guys. So Grind Time's got this many max bot for his account, but I haven't. We see there he is. There's Sidetrack. That's almost as big as Bumblebee. It's like Bumblebee's a combat bot, isn't it? But yeah, pretty cool. There we go. So, let's have a look at Sidetrack in action. Kevin, thanks for joining, and 321 Dash as well. I'm excited about the new event. Yeah. I am looking forward to it. I'm excited for anything new in the game. Anything that's new and refreshing, a bit different, I am down with. So I put on Bumblebee. This does not mean that it is best suited to Bumblebee. I'm just saying that, you know, I've put it on Bumblebee just for now, just to show you something. So this bot's a perfect example of something a bit new. So we'll see. So we've got Bumblebee here. Let's put Bumblebee down.
Bumblebee.
So we drop Bumblebee.
Deploy.
Trying to put Rook down. So there we go. There is Sidetrack. You see there, he's doing damage. So it's a bit like Red Heat in the sense that he sits back, does damage. You can see there. The only problem is he lacks a bit of health. You know, he needs some sort of protection. But once he goes forwards, and there he dies, then does a robot form. Then he flies in, look at that, doing crazy DPS, look at that, takes that cannon down, and then dies doing decent damage.
Autobots, retreat!
So we'll try and show him again. This time, we'll show the conversion. So let's clear this. We can actually put more. Let's put Galvatron in there. We'll put him on Galvatron. Makes more sense if honestly. Yeah. Such a troll. How'd you get so many coins, you hacker? Tell you what.
Test server disclaimer. This is a test server account given to me by Spaceshape to be able to exclusively show new features. This is in no way connected to Global, and all values are given to me by Spaceshape for testing purposes. To have access to a test account, you must be a playtester or content creator, and to become a playtester or content creator, you must apply when applications are being taken. No, I am not a hacker, and this is not my normal Global account. This has been your test server disclaimer.
Oh yeah, by the way, I am considering having a few more modders for the stream, so if you're interested in being a mod for the stream, then hit me up with a private message. Obviously I want people that are, you know, come to the stream quite a bit, and people that are doing know well. So if you have been a long-term sort of, you know, person that comes to the stream, then yeah, hit me up if you want to be a mod for the stream. Just basically kick them guys out. I say guys, but thank you for Rick for subscribing, much appreciated. Thank you. So let's just we'll put acid star. Why not? So let's have a look at Growl as well. No chat, if you're not cheating, you're not trying. Yeah, just to clear it up, like I said, that you know,
Crush them!
this is a test account, guys. So yeah.
Crush them! Deploy!
Okay. So there we go. You can just sort of see it there. There's Growl. So there you go, they transform. Look at the damage he's doing. Look at that, 2,300 damage. You see there, making short work of that cannon, and then he dies and explodes, doing, you know, you can see there, did about 2.5k damage. So yeah, not bad. So my take on it. So this is the problem I've got. So some people will say blasphemy, but again, if you watch my channel, you know this already. It's nothing new. I don't like Dazzle Strike. I don't like... We're going to find him. I don't like Lionizer either. I thought I had Lionizer somewhere, but I don't like Lionizer. And I don't like this guy either. Sidetrack and Growl. And for the simple reason is, I don't like bots that give you an advantage or something when the combat dies. I also don't like Onyx. I don't like the Onyx core, because the Onyx core, it gives you a boost when your bot gets to below 40% health. And in the live server, my Onyx core is level 15 and I do not use it. So, and the reason for this is that I don't attack or do any sort of attack and think to myself, oh, well, if that combat or that bot dies, then bonus. No, my aim is to keep all 8 bots alive. My aim is to keep all 8 bots at full health. If I could do that, I've done well in a battle. And that's why I use my Cronus, and it's why I use Nightstick, and why I use 2 healers, and I use heal bombs and stuff like that. Because that's my sort of philosophy of like, keep your bots alive, keep them at full health, and the rest will sort of work out a bit. It's not as simple as that, obviously. So to have a combat where you're like, it does X, and then when it dies, then it does a lot of damage. Well, I don't want it to die. And sort of my sort of take on it in playtest was, I'd rather it do loads of damage, and then when it dies, you get a small advantage. You know, with Lionize, you get a DPS increase, but you get it anyway. And then, oh, when the bot dies, you get Lionizer helping you. And I get in some situations that's good, but I don't want that bot to die. And that's what I can't get my head around. You know, Onyx Prime, you know, boost damage of attacks and reduce damage taken while below 40% health. If my bot's below 40% health, I'm getting worried. It shouldn't be. So, again, I get it's got its uses in certain situations, but I don't want these bots to drop in health. Now, if you've got a bot that does drop in health, then this guy's amazing. I can imagine this guy being amazing for Zen farming. If you put him on maybe Goldfire, you know, if you can get it to HQ and very quickly, and then you drop the combat, and then your bot dies, this guy's going to take the HQ out double quick. Doing, what, 2,000 DPS? That's going to be crazy, and it explodes as well. I can imagine that really helping people out. If you could put it on cup, but then I won't take top shot off, but you get the idea. If you can get it to HQ, it's going to help you in Zen farm, maybe. It's got its advantages, it really is. When it does die, I mean, it's like Red Heat a lot. And I'm not a fan of Red Heat, it's just a DPS increase. But the problem with Red Heat is that he can lose health over time. Whereas, if you get a DPS increase from, say, Wind Strike, so DPS, you know, gives you a, you know, increased bot damage by 50%. You know, it's a 50% damage increase. So, you know, that's a lot of damage. You know, and that's on your bot. And as long as your bot stays alive, you're going to get that increase. Whereas with the minions, they tend to die a bit quick, and when they do, you tend to find that then it's gone. It's not equipped to the bot, so to speak. It's equipped as in it's the combat linked to that bot, but it's still on the battlefield and still can get hit, and it's still got lower health. So I'm not a fan of Red Heat for that reason. It's just really a DPS increase. Yeah, you got fire damage, and I know that's where they're going with the game, but I'm not a fan of Red Heat. I'm also not a fan of, who's the other guy that's just like him, Bomb, well, Road Burner. Again, not a fan of Road Burner, so it's the same sort of premise, you know. But when he dies, it's great, but I don't want him to die. I want my combat to stay alive, and that's the big non-seller for me. And a lot of people in playtest were like, oh, the DPS is amazing, and it is. The DPS this guy does is stupid. 2000 DPS from a combat, but then good luck trying to keep him alive. You know, he only has 8,000 health. You know, it's very, very low. That's half the health of a gunner. And you got to think, imagine if your blades had half the health. Alright, let's just say you had a 5-star, say, blades, but only level 55 in Prime League, and he wandered ahead of your pack. He's gone. That's it. Write him off. He's dead. That is it. You know, 8,000 health is not a lot. But 4 times DPS is great, and you know, he does have a bit of invulnerability for a while to keep him alive, but it's just not enough for me, and I'm not a fan. I wouldn't say it's awful. I won't get him and go like, this guy's absolutely appalling, like I do for Dazzle Strike, really. You know, he's got his uses. Would it hit my war team? No. He won't get my war team in a million years, which is a bit of a disappointment considering this, you know, this guy's in a chance event. But yeah. Oh, thank you, Grind Time, for tipping. Much appreciated. I'd say become a member instead, but hey, you already remember, but yeah. I don't speak Spanish, sadly, Mega Master, so let's put it in English, I'm afraid. Not a word. Other than hola. That's about it. And a few others, but yeah. Where'd you go? Let's put in an outpost. Yeah, in an outpost, very good. And I think this is where they've sort of, that was the next thing I'm going to come on to. And so we talked about this in testing. In an outpost, you know, he does work very well. And I'll try and sort of show it. But yeah, he does crazy DPS and then damage. So an outpost is going to work well. And I think that was the angle when they sort of did this. So we'll put him on Chromia. In fact, no. Because Chromia will stun the bottom and won't be able to do anything. So when I did it in test, it was hard to see because you want to kill the bots, you need plenty of DPS. But then it was the more DPS you put on the field, then the harder it was to kill the bot. So let's put it back there again. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put on a low level bot actually. Let's put on low level bot and we can sort of see then. Someone's not gonna do a lot of damage or something. So yeah, we'll put it on Rook actually. Oh, and thank you for being a member again, Chris Lewis. Appreciated. And yeah, whatever I can do to help, buddy. But yeah, thanks for being a member. Right, okay. Let's show it in an outpost. I was going to just talk about an outpost, but we might as well put it on anyway. Might as well show it. Might as well. So let's double check before we do a noobish thing. There we go. Cool. Oh, and generic as well. Thank you for being a platinum member. So again, we're going to do the $50 gift card giveaway at the end of the stream. If you are a member, then yeah, you're in with a chance. I've said don't forget that once we get to 20 members, then I will consider we're doing 2 gift card giveaways if we get to 20 members. So yeah, if we get to 20 members, we'll do 2. I think it was two $40 gift cards. So yeah, so it's not fair if we double the amount of members and lessen your chance. So we'll just do more gift cards. So yeah. Why am I doing combiner? I'm getting distracted. But yeah. Let's go. I did do hard mode, did I? But never mind. Grind Time, all these fools trying to steal my gift card. It'd be quite funny to see if Grind Time won. It would be. I'm praying that it'll win it one day, but it's just quite amusing. I really do. Okay. What we'll do is we'll put Blaster down.
Blaster.
We'll put the DPS.
Jetfire. Deploy.
I won't put a healer down, but I'll put his minions down there and I'll pop the outpost with that. So obviously Rook's gonna pop. see there, it's just hard to see. He's there at the back, I think, somewhere. Oh, there he is doing crazy damage. You see there, crazy DPS in the back there. Look at that. Crazy DPS. Crazy DPS. So yeah, I mean obviously we've got all the defenses there, I didn't use a healer and that, but it's sort of emphasizing it. But you can see there, he's doing 2000 DPS, so you add that onto behind your tanks and with your other gunners and things like that, then yeah, really good bot in an outpost. So yeah, I think this was sort of created more with the idea of creating more outpost combiners, and I think they'll also create more bots. We saw with the last bot that, you know, it does more damage against minions and outpost bots, and I think that's the way they're going now. They've realised that there's a need for some better outpost bots, because when I did my video with Tex about outpost bots and rated them, you know, there wasn't many great ones, and you tend to find that you got the same sort of bots time in time out on the same outpost because they're the strongest. So a few exceptions, but you know, I'm glad they're sort of focusing a bit on defense now with the new calls and combats and bots being a bit more defense focused. So to sum it up, on attack, on a war attack, not really. I don't like things that after death do X. Will help a bit with Zen farming, maybe something like that. So good Zen bot. On defense, really good. Will catch a few people out. So yeah, excited to see you know, what this guy will do on defense in certain situations, because he could be pretty lethal if you're not careful. I don't like things like that. Listen, I know that people sort of complain about HQ 18 and about defense increasing, but don't forget, when defense increases, we can increase the power of new bots. And I know we talked a lot about new content being better than older content. It was a hard sort of conversation, really. You know, because people were like, well, it's not fair that my investment is now irrelevant. When we talked about 5-star combiners, and which leads on to this now, when we talked about 5-star combiners and whether they should always be relevant and always better, but new content should always be better. And the reason for that is that it's not fair. Look at this angle. So look at it from a different angle. It's not fair that me as a player from 6 years ago could have got 10, 12 5-star bots, and then they are the best bots in the game even now, and new players have to chase that content from 5 years ago. And once everyone in the game has got that content, no one needs any new content, because everyone's got some of the best bots in the game, because they're all equally good and all the old content is the best. And when that happens, people stop spending. They don't need to level any more bots. They don't need anything. That's how the economy will go. So they've always got to push the economy further. They've always got to bring out new HQs to make the game a bit harder, to bring out more powerful bots, for you to go, you know what, this isn't working, I need to go and chase this and go and get that. And it gives newer players more of an opportunity to catch up, because if the new content is better and they've got more chance of getting that new content, then it means the newer players have a better way of catching me up and being as good as me. And that has already happened in the game. It has got a bit, it went a bit too far because the game went a bit stale. But you know, I'm happy for that. You know, I'm happy that players are, you know, taking advantage of the new content and new, not improved drop rates, but more crystals for your money. You know, it's never been as easy the game, and you know, and people talk today in the PsyOps chat about Marvel Strike Force, how much of a money pit it is, and they were saying to be a top player in there, you need to spend about $500 to $1,000 a month. I was like, what? You are mad. You are crazy. So, you know, there's bigger money pits out there, guys, honestly, than this game. And, you know, you can actually do really well in this game for a lot less than that. And, you know, I'm glad the way the game's going. I think the economy is quite healthy the way it is. But I'm just pleased that we're getting a new HQ and more defense upgrades, really, which is, I think, is needed. You know, and I said that I don't want to bang on too much about it, but I said that a 300 used to be an achievement. Now it's expected. 300 is perfect. That's perfection. Let's be honest. You're beating every base perfect without dropping any points, and we expect perfection, and it's not realistic. To, you know, we should be. You know, I said this. I watched a Clash of the Clans stream, and they were battling. These are top. These are esports players. These are top players that get paid to play. You know, these are top players for Clash of Clans, and they won a battle, and they're all like, yes, and high-fiving each other, and he's like, yes, 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 and I've never done a war attack and sat here and gone, yes, 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 get in. Never. I'm like, yeah, cool. Because it's expected, it's not a big achievement, and that's a big problem in the game for me. But I understand that some players will get disheartened by that, but then also everyone has to be challenged in some way. So, we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, please the defense is getting increased. So let's get back to the chat. Have a look. What else have we got in here? So Fox the Bomb. Life is just better being a platinum member. Well, yeah, I literally just posted all my sort of future content coming out soon. So I do sort of put some snippets in there, content coming out soon, and any ideas I've got in that. So yeah, that's a little perk of being a platinum member. But yeah, but I appreciate everyone for supporting me, obviously. Action Whale, who's doing 5.7k DPS a second. Yeah. How would it be on Twin Twist and Outpost? Twin Twist is a nightmare in an Outpost. I hate Twin Twist. Twin Twist is amazing. What else? What's Darkhawk? I've never even heard of Darkhawk. I have a clue what the chat is going on about Halloween or something, but hey, we just dress up as goblins and ghosts, but hey, knock yourself out. And Stay Plus, but they've already got a problem with the old combats being godly. Yeah, I think they are sort of getting there, but they are sort of addressing it by putting anti-fire in there and anti-acid and stuff like that to sort of reduce top shots effectiveness. So it's good in a way. I'm not too bothered, but yeah. Yeah, Stay Plus putting new content every 10 days there. Yeah. Terror Titanos asks, what's my opinion on Dive Bomb? Good or mid or garbage? Mid. I'd say mid. Good for Zen farming. Good for sack maybe. Nothing else really though. Action Whale, a few days ago got my first Cyber 300. Congratulations. What core do I use on Twin Twist? I don't have Twin Twist. Best place to ask is Grind Time, but a lot of people will use Amalgamous. But I think this guy would be doing well on defense. I think this guy would be really good. Using Twin Twist and this guy would be, yeah, it'd be interesting. And yeah, as I said, I also want to get on to keep cracking on and get on this Skids Knockout G1. So let's have a look at these guys in action. So, quick recap of Skids. If you missed the last streams, this is Skids, the new bot that was just in the last endurance event. So, Toxic Strike, calling a Toxic Strike at a nearby location deals 5.5k damage in an area. That's with the thing about willing to quit that minute. Let's just spoiler alert. Does 482 of damage in an area over 10 seconds, dealing 1.5 damage to walls, minions, and outpost bots. It's about 5k damage. So his ability 11 is coming soon. They have said it will be in the next few weeks. So his core. Let's have a look at it. So apologies for the image, but G1 Skids. So increased the special ability damage by 19.3. So that is more than a volatile mixture. So that's impressive. And a health regen by 5%. So very, very good. Really good. And there was some arguments for it to have more healing. But I said, listen, if you combine this with Nightstick, it's a lot of healing. It is a lot. So, you know, they're sort of creating things now where they're putting a combat with a new bot, and that combat complements that bot. So if you are competing in the event and you get 4-star, you know, sidetrack or Growl, and you get what's not bad example, but example, you get 5-star Fracas or Nightstick, and you get Skids or Knockout, and you combine them with the new G1 or Knockout core, and you could buy the ability 11, then they all sort of stack together and work well together. And that's a good thing for me. You know, you're bringing out a combat and a core and a bot that all work in tandem, work together and work really well. But yeah, the health regen of 5% is still good, does more damage than a volatile mixture. So win. Really, really good core for Skids. Really impressed with it. Well done, good job. My only concern, there's always something you gotta find a bit of fault with, so let's just quit that way. So you can see the new damage. We did see it earlier, but spoiler. See there, so my only thing is that, you know, the G1 core, it doesn't show any difference to me. I can't see the difference when I equip it. Does anyone else see any difference? I can't see any difference. We even missed something. But, I don't know. It doesn't change much. It's a good core for him. But it's not a G1 core. It doesn't make him look like G1. So, I'm a bit... Unless he's already G1. I'm a bit baffled by it, to be honest with you. I started instead out of testing for it because I thought I'd leave to them guys. I started made a few comments, but didn't do much. But then on the vice versa of that, so we've got a knockout with his G1 core. So again, we'll equip this to knock out. And this core is called knocked out. And again, doesn't do much. And so they're asking in the chat as well, what would you like to see for Knockout's core? So what would we call it? Because you've got a G1 core for Skids, but Knockout is not G1. So what do you call it? And I said, if it's Transformers Prime, call it a Dark Energon core and give them a purple glow. I think that would be pretty cool. I mean, let me know what you think in the chat. But I think that would be pretty cool to give them like a Dark Energon, a dark purple glow. You know, rather than, because you can't make him look G1 or like Transformers Prime because they already are. But I think a Dark Energon core, you know, give them purple eyes, maybe a bit of purple on them and a purple glow in that, like they've been like Megatron. I've watched Transformers Prime a bit. But you know, like Megatron when it taken over by Unicron, it's like all purple, and I think that'd be pretty cool personally, rather than just calling it knocked out. So yeah, Dark Energon cores for all the Prime characters. That's what I'd like to see. But yeah, it does improve them though. Yeah, Chris Harmon's put that's pretty cool. Bricks Motion sounds sweet, yeah. Yeah, maybe it doesn't work visually. Maybe it's meant to be like that. I'm a bit unsure, but we'll see. But we'll show him anyway. I mean, no, we'll show Skids. I was gonna show Thingy, but we'll have to show Skids because it's not leveled. I don't want to take your time up just saying leveling forward. So, where's Skids now? Got so many bots, it's hard to keep track. Skids. Oh, it's already on there. It's already on. Yeah, I just realised. Yeah, I put one earlier. So there we go. So stick with the normal battle. Won't do primary. Stick with the normal battle and you'll see his damage. Bricks Motion. I tried being an officer once and I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. I get frustrated at people that don't listen. Basically, you know, I've always said I will help anyone. But it's nothing more frustrating saying, you know, go in the chat and saying, right guys, can everyone just do this? It might be make sure we're all looking at our base designs, and if you need any base designs, hit me up. I've got like 10 base designs to choose from. Hit me up and choose one. Or I'll just say this and copy this, and you go in the chat maybe and say like, right, everyone needs to upgrade their bases or send pictures of their bases or whatever, and no one does. And you know, as an officer, you do know your work, and no one get back to you. It's just I can't do that. I will help anyone that is willing to be helped. But if you don't want to help, then no, sorry. Okay, Skids. Let's drop his ability over there. So now with the increased damage, you see there, put one over there, put one over there. Yeah, I'm not going to do a review of Skids. You've already seen it, but there, look at that cool damage in an area. Not going to do much against the MDS because they've got self-repair cores. Yeah, pretty cool.
Felonies ready.
There you go. Pretty cool.
Autobots, retreat.
Actually, well, how could you not have any combat? I just didn't put one on. That's it. No other reason. It's not for like a tactical reason. I just haven't put one on. Oh, chat, I could only be a morale officer. Yeah, I couldn't be an officer. But yeah, on the whole, pretty good core. I think you need to upgrade the visuals. I talked to Dale after the stream actually, make sure either it's bugged or whether it's just that they haven't updated it yet. But yeah, I'll talk to you after the stream with my ideas and stuff like that. But yeah, let's be honest, the most important thing is how it works in the game. I'd rather it not work visually and work than look great visually and then not work as an ability. So, but yeah, good job for the testers on this core. Really impressed. So yeah, cool. And then again, so yeah, wanted to talk about combiners. So talked a bit about it on Monday, so you can go back and look at Monday stream. I pulled a lot of stats for 5-star combiners and what I expect them all to be. And we talked about 5-star Omega and 4-star Magnaboss and who would be best. And I still think Omega will still be best. At a 5-star with that 40k 5-star ability, I still think he'd be the best combiner around at a 5-star. You know, Magnaboss will rival him. I think right now Magnaboss is close at level 25, it'll still be as close. But I don't think it's better than Omega at 25. And, you know, the amount of damage that Omega does is just crazy. But what I thought I'd do is, I thought I'd go through all the combats that need a buff. And talk about all the 4-star combiners and talk about sort of, you know, what I would give them for their 5-star abilities and what I would do to improve them. So, let's have a look. So, first combiner we're going to look at is Superion. So, the big one for me, Superion, is, you know, the beam got a really good buff a while back, and you could take an MDS out, one of these. If you take the shield gen out first, take the shield gen out, drop Superion, his beam, even at level 20, will take out an MDS. So when the MDS gets upgraded to HQ 18.5 eventually guys, don't worry, not when the new HQ hits, but further down the line, it will, like every other defense. I expect this at level 25 to just do enough damage to take out the MDS. So my feedback for 5-star combiners, well, if this guy gets a buff, then we just need to make sure that the Ray Beam can take out an MDS at 18.5, and that will be his big drawing point. I think the rockets need a bit of an increase, about 20% increase in damage. It says 15k in damage in an area, but I said this, it's misleading, because 15k over a big area, well, what if there's just 3 defenses in the area? Will it do 5k each? No, it won't. It does about 2.5k damage, that's all. So if you've got 20 defenses or you've got 3, it still does the same amount of damage. I don't know where they got 15k from. Maybe it's 15k and you divide it by 16 and it's 800 per rocket, but then it depends on how many rockets hit the defense. It's very confusing. But it needs to just do an equal amount of damage, and it's about about a 20% increase. You also need about a 5% increase in DPS and HP. Most of the combiners do, especially ones that don't have any sort of shields. But I thought this guy, he lacks any protection, so that's definitely something he needs as a 5-star. So I thought, as a 5-star, this is the angle I'm going to go with. This is what I'm going to pass into the apes. So, as a 5-star, he reflects all damage, or reflects 30% or 50% damage, but reflects damage, a bit like Superion, but for the rest of the time. So once you activate it, while your combiner's out, he will reflect it. And then for 20 seconds after that, he gives a boost of 30% DPS to all air class bots. And I thought that'd be pretty cool because it's Superion, it's made up of all air class bots. And so it gives you a thing saying, okay, listen, in my team, I use 3 air bots. I've got Trax, Jetfire, and Blades in my war team. So I'm going to use Superion so that when he dies, I get that 30% increase in DPS. You know, a bit like the speed up for Omega, the 4-star ability. But having it where it's linked to him reflecting, and then it's 20 seconds or 30 seconds from then. So if you activate it at the beginning of the ability, and you get that reflect, then you're going to get very little back at the end of the increased DPS. So if you use it halfway through the ability, you'll probably get 15 seconds, and you get the idea. So where you use it, again, it adds like a tactical element to it. So if you use it at the start, you get more damage from the combiner, but you get less after death ability. A bit like Magnaboss. So you can use Magnaboss's heal at the start, and then that will heal your combiner, do more damage to the combiner. Or you can use Magnaboss's ability at the end, and then you get less damage with the combiner because it's not healing, but your bots heal instead. And I like that about Magnaboss. You've got the choice, and that's the sort of idea behind it. So let me know in the chat if you like it. Hey, if you don't like it, it's fine. What would you change about it? That's the sort of debate. You know, I'm not saying here that I'm right 100%. Someone else might put it in the chat. there's a better idea. So if you think you could tweak it slightly, and let's not say like, oh, it reflects 100% damage and the air class gets 200% DPS increase. We've got to be a bit realistic with it. That's not going to happen. But I think linking it to air class bots in some way would be pretty cool. It might be a DPS increase, might be a protection, might be a health boost, whatever. But I think linking it to air class bots would be pretty cool. I do. So yeah. Optimus Maximus is the next one up. So this guy has a lot of health. So he doesn't lack health. He lacks a bit of damage. His stun rockets are really good. I actually wouldn't change these. I'd do a bit more damage maybe for the rockets, but the 20-second stun is fine. I think that's the sort of timing now we're looking at. Is like 20 or 30 seconds. That's the sort of time we're looking at. Anything for 5 and 10 seconds is not long enough. So 20-second stun is good. And people might think that's a bit OP maybe, but you've got anti-stun cores now. So on attack, you know, again, it's making a choice. You can look at a base, there's no electric cores. I'm going to use Op Max on this one because there's no electric cores, so he can do loads of damage. You can even make that 5k if you wanted. But then if there's any electric lightning rod cores in the area, it's going to do 0 pretty much. So that's where you're like, right, I'm not going to use Op Max for this base. And that's where I think the angle we need to be. We need to look at a base and go, right, this combiner suits attacking this base. This combiner suits that base. This combiner suits that base. And having different combiners for different kinds of bases, that would be pretty cool. But ultimately, this guy needs to buff the most. And it's this ability here that I'm a bit worried about. I don't see much in that. So I would really make this 50% movement speed, 50% damage, and then a close range splash radius attack with 50% damage for the next 10 seconds. But I've put that as 100% damage and maybe make that for 20 seconds. So really boost that so you get a real feel for it. Because at the minute, you know, it just, you know, it hits a lot, but it doesn't do much. He runs around. His speed's good. He doesn't get around quickly. But the damage is not as much as you think. So make it 100% damage and make it a bit longer. He'll do some serious damage in an area. For his 5-star ability, I thought a cool thing would be giving him Vector. So when he dies, he comes back to life again at half health. And I think that'd be really good on defense because they have so much health. He's got, you know, I think it was, you know, you got it there. I think it's like max has like 90k health or something stupid like that. So if you got up max in an outpost with that double health and the stun, you're really going to slow people down. So he'd be really good on defense for time traps. Hey, he might Vector back at a quarter of the health because you're worried that he might time out. You can balance that. Again, the stats are not set in stone. But yeah, I think a 5-star ability of some sort of Vector that he come back alive again. Obviously, he'd do some sort of damage with the 5-star ability, but come back alive again, I thought would be pretty cool. And even on attack, where you can rush in, you could do a load of damage, and then he'll Vector back to the launch pad again. You can do some damage somewhere else, something. So, pretty cool. And this just needs a bit of a increase. 700% damage to walls. If we increase that to about 2k, and increase the area, and then keep the 700% damage to walls, that will scale a bit better with him. So I don't mind its ability. It's not too bad. There's probably the better abilities. The first 3-star one and the 4-star one. It's the middle one needs the biggest buff, and obviously his DPS needs a massive increase of 535. It needs about a 30% increase. You know, they should get about 700 to 800 DPS, and I get he's got more health, so that's his pulling power versus DPS. So again, you don't use this guy for his DPS. You use him for his HP more and the amount he stays alive more. Hence the Vector idea is that you use this guy because you want to stay alive. Use him to slow down people and things like that. So yeah, and again, as always, put in the chat what you think of it. Do you agree? Would you change anything? Have you got any ideas yourself? Next one would be Defensor. So Defensor, I think this shield ability is absolutely brilliant. I think the damage needs to be increased. The area is pretty good, but I think it needs to be about 3k. So I think it needs to increase. But I love the after death ability given a shield. Every combiner should have an after death ability. I think that's absolutely brilliant. I think that the combo between these two, so 2.5 damage over 8 seconds, fire damage is fine. We've got anti-fire cores, so that works well. That you can, again, you might want to use this bot, but you're like, I can't use him because the anti-fire cores. So I like that you got to make a decision. I do think it's pretty cool. But I think the combo, so when you do this combo, rush into combat, If you hit a target affected by blazing fire, which is that, it propagates. It doesn't really propagate. What I would like to see is if you do use those, it goes in a big area. And again, it's electrical damage, so then you got to think about the lightning rod cores as well, but then make it quite big because of that, because depending on anti-fire cores and anti-electric cores. So, yeah, as a 5-star ability, I thought a pretty cool ability would basically be using Streetwise's ability of having a speed up and slow down. So, wherever he dies, in that area, you know, quite a big area, maybe the size of a shield or something, it speeds your bots up by 50%, say, and slows defenses by 50% for like 20 seconds. You know, really slows them down, gives you a really good advantage. So, I mean, you've got the shield after death, so it's a bit like, do you want 2 after death abilities? So, maybe you just slow defenses, rush in and slow defenses in an area for the 5-star. But, you know, something around, like I said, around Streetwise about slowing down and speeding up, I thought that'd be pretty cool. We've already got a hack with Computron, Hotspot's already got that Reflect Shield. I liked how Magnaboss has parts to him from the bots. I love that, and that's what I've tried to do. I thought a holo, we've got a holo with the Titans. I wasn't sure about a holo, maybe. I don't know, maybe a holo would be pretty good for 5-star. Dropping a holo on the pad, but then does it pop outposts? I don't know how that would work. But I like the idea of Streetwise and slow down. I like the idea of Ruck, but I'm not too sure how that would work, but that'd be cool. So a holo would be cool. Streetwise would work better, I think, to keep him alive a bit longer and do a bit more damage and stuff like that. Next we have Computron. So obviously his 4-star ability doesn't need no change. It's absolutely crazy, absolutely immense. I love it. I actually think these two are pretty good as well. They're pretty well balanced. I think as a combiner, he's really well balanced. His problem is that he dies too quick. So it does need an increase in health. It does need a bit of an increase there. But I thought a pretty good one. So again, I'm trying to use some bots here and what they do. I did like the idea of acid a bit because it's you know, linked with not Abominus, is it? It's the Leozak. But I did like the idea of acid for the cons. But I thought no, a better one is Strafe's ability. So he could fire out, you know, fire his guns like that at a defense. Just defenses, skipping out the resource buildings. So once you use it, it's like a tactic core. So his 5-star ability would do loads of damage to just defenses, like, you know, yeah, like Strafe basically. I think that'd be pretty cool as a 5-star ability for Computron. So I think that's all he needs in a health increase. Everything else, I'm pretty pleased with. Next, we've got Volcanicus, and this guy was quite hard because all his abilities do really good damage, and again, it just needs to stay alive a bit longer. So I think his 5-star ability needs to be some sort of protection for himself, but I thought it'd be really good to drop a load of Kremzeeks. I thought if he just drops Kremzeeks in an area, so he just like sort of fires Kremzeeks out of him, and it drops around him, and they burn. And then what I was going to say is, after his death, if them Kremzeeks take out a building, then the Kremzeek does more damage when it spreads. So at the minute, a Kremzeek jumps and does the same amount of damage. So say it does 200 damage per second, where if it hits the defense and kills it, it jumps and then does 300 damage per second and then jumps again. So sort of the opposite of Laser Optimus is. So Laser Optimus will hit a defense, it hits another one and reduces, hits another one and reduces, whereas this one burns. So it's kind of a cleanup ability. So you're clearing up after doing, you know, after doing your extinction, after doing your fire and brimstone, after doing the, well, most of them two fire. But then a good counter for this would be fire. So if you've got anti-fire cores that we know are coming to the game, that would negate every single one of these. It negate the Kremzeeks, it would negate extinction, it negates fire and brimstone. So I thought, again, it's a good choice to have, because if no one's got these anti-fire cores, Volcanicus is your man. I think, again, like I said, a part of a shield part of that would help him as well as his 5-star ability. But yeah, again, if you use it at the start to keep them alive, then you've got to drop the Kremzeeks wherever you are. You've got to try and clear that area quick for the Kremzeeks to take effect and jump. So again, it's putting a tactical choice in there. Do you want to do a damage first and then keep them alive a bit, and then using Kremzeeks, or do you do Kremzeeks first and then rush to try and get it taken out? Again, it's a tactical choice. I think that'd be pretty cool. Then we've got Victorion. No, that's Skyrim. Try again. Victorion. So, the 5-star ability I like a lot, but for me, it should disable the whole base. I thought it did this a while back, but it didn't. So I would like it to disable the whole base for 15 seconds maybe. Increase that a bit. The reflecting damage, I think this should be 100%. Reflects 100% of damage, which keeps him alive, basically. Magna Boss has pretty much got that, so I think that would be pretty cool. And the Blade Dash, I think with a 25 upgrade, that would be pretty decent. It's still about 2.5k, maybe a slight increase. But I thought a good thing for Victorian was a lot of it is sort of protection, stunning, things like that. I thought a really good one would be that, after death, she's got an after death ability with the stun. But I thought a good one would be a 5-star ability was for her to go invisible. So a bit like Mirage. So she'd go invisible, so she could do all this damage. So it's not like a shield. She'll let you go invisible and take pretty much hardly any damage because she's invisible. Then you could do whatever abilities you want in that area. But obviously you're not going to use the reflect, because if you use the reflect in that area, then she's not taking any damage. So I thought it'd be pretty cool that you can sort of do sort of invisibility. You can jump her into an area and she can do a bit of damage. And then when she comes alive again and they start to focus, then she's in the kill box and you can reflect all the ability back again, because you've got her in place. Because at the minute she sort of goes on the landing pad, takes a load of damage, and as soon as you sort of get in place with her, she takes loads of damage and just dies very quickly. So I thought that sort of invisibility would be pretty cool for her. So that's sort of my angle. Again, slight buff to the Blade Dash, slight increase, well, to 100% from the reflection, an increase in time, and obviously for the whole base to make them stun. The next one we've got on is obviously Magna Boss, and I was really struggling for Magna Boss because I thought if you add anything to this guy, it's going to be absolutely ridiculously powerful. So I was going to ask you guys, what do you guys think a 5-star ability for Magna Boss is going to be? Because it's all linked to the bots that he's got. Then I was like, do they add another bot to him to make him 5-star? I don't know how they're going to do it, but you got to get all the bots as 5 stars to make him a 5-star. Do they add a 4th bot and give that his ability? I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't like that really to have to chase another bot from a 5-star. I have to chase it as a 5-star just to get it. Chase it as 4-star to get it, but then he's already got the 4-star combiner. I don't know. I'm a bit lost with it. But I don't think this guy needs a 5-star ability, but obviously he's going to get one eventually when he becomes a 5-star later next year. But yeah, I think this guy's level 25 4-star will just do enough. Honestly, absolutely incredible. But we're going to check the chat and see any ideas in the chat, what everyone thinks of the ideas put forward. So, let's have a look. Let's have a look. Chris Hammond's put Abominus needs more damage. Yeah, but I don't think he's made like that. He does need some sort of damage ability, like I said. He does. But some bots are made for defense, so to speak, and have more health, and some bots are made for attack more, and you've got to sort of keep to that idea, really, I think. But he does need a buff in attack in a way, but I wouldn't want him as strong as Magna Boss on attack, because again, you're getting different things out of it. Yeah, and Chris Harmon's just put about Abominus on having 2 5-stars as well. Yeah, I'm sure they'll balance it over time. Not sure how, but I'm sure they will. This is why I said to have a 5-star part. So you can only have 1 5-star combiner at a time, and it costs you to take it off like a core. But I'm not sure where they're going to go with it. They said that you'll need all 5 bots because they don't want to make it so that it's like everyone's got 5-star combiners. But I don't know. Chris Hammers put make the hack affect the combiner. Yeah, but that's like an ability upgrade, isn't it? It's like ability 11. It's not a whole new ability. You can't add a 5-star ability that says, oh, well, now you can hack the combiner. No, you can't sort of do that. Just buff a 4-star ability with a 5-star ability. It's got to be a whole new ability. Action Wells put he could drop a pulse tower. Looks like a shock tower that speeds up bots and slows down defenses. I presume you mean defense over there. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah, that's not a bad idea actually. Yeah, dropping a tower. I like that idea for visual. But then yeah, if you do it after he's died, but then that's an after death ability on it, and I'm not sure he needs 2 after death ability, and that's why I'm a bit like I'm not too sure about the after death ability of slow down and speeding up bots. But maybe slow down an area to help him do more damage. I don't know. Like I said, again, just sort of spurting ideas out. Daniel Evans has put Slingshot flies out of Superion's arm and drops a huge bomb. Slingshot's not part of Superion, and never will be, sadly. But again, you've got to think about the visuals. They're not going to make it so that a bot flies out or anything like that. All they have to do is make it so it's a very easy animation to add on. You've got to think that. They've got to change the whole animation. I mean, people forget that. It's not just a case of just adding a 5-star ability and going done. They've got to change the whole animation. I think that's what the big thing about it is, why they're sort of holding off and taking them to 25 rather than doing this first, because it's not just as simple as just bringing it out. There's a lot of work to go into this, a lot of work. Chris Harmon's put Predaking, or aka Volcanicus, needs more health or some sort of protection. Maybe if it's not health, then it's some sort of protection they need. So yeah. Abominus needs only 2. One is the same as Defensor. Well, then Cutthroat. I don't even mean by that. Let's put it again. Trax is the issue. Well. Hayes has put Volcanicus still my favourite, no matter what. Cool. Brix Motion, who would want 5-star Trax if 4-star does the same job? Well, that's the thing. People still do want him, but I don't really see the appeal, really. The 5-star will get probably a 10% more protection, but do you really need it? If you got the 4-star? I don't know. And yeah, Brix Motion again put like a 5-star after breaker, same thing. Yeah, when the 4-star does the job, you don't really need the 5-star. It's nice, but you don't need it, whereas some bots definitely do. Let's keep going. Matt Paul, it could be cool if the dash got the 8% shield like warriors do. You mean for Superior, maybe? I think. Maybe, yeah. I presume so. Put power and jump stream. So yeah, that'd be pretty cool. Yeah, adding the sort of bots, what they do, into the combiner, that'd be pretty cool. Volcanics put like your Crem's idea for Magna Boss, but with sharks. It doesn't fit in with him though. He's just fire damage, so it doesn't fit in. That's why I pick Crems. Again, it's got to sort of fit in. Throwing sort of sharks out makes no sense, does it really? You know, that's why I sort of went Crem Zeke's idea. Considering Jump Stream can teleport, you can't teleport. Jump Stream doesn't teleport, it rushes, but doesn't teleport. Maybe Victorian could teleport to multiple locations in a row quickly. That's pretty cool, but the problem with that is, so I've had sort of people do sort of abilities and suggest this, but what you don't want is to activate the 5-star ability and she takes out a Harvester and you know, an alloy storage or something. There's too much. If someone jumps around like that, there's too much randomness to it, unless they do damage in a big area, sort of jump big area. But I like that idea. I do like that idea of teleporting. That's pretty cool. That's up there with the coolest ideas. I do like that. And Child Players put maybe Magna could be based on their SA11s. Maybe. I mean, we don't know what SA11s are going to have, but yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah. Chris Harmon, I'd make them go invisible in the swarm for 5 seconds. See, again, it's already got a Magna Boss has already got a 5-star ability, so we can't give him an after-death ability. So I wouldn't give him more anything after death. Something he does during his ability, but he doesn't lack anything. He doesn't lack health, doesn't lack protection. So he's got damage there. He's got damage there. He's got healing there. He's got invincibility, damage. So he's got to stick around fire. So it's not. It doesn't lack anything. That's a good thing about Magna Boss. William Wilkinson still waiting for a 3-star, 4-star Beast Wars Prowl. Yeah, well, it's the easiest combiner to fill, so if you're going to chase anyone, chase that. But yeah. Sam Hayes, but what about an air raid type ability for soups? Maybe. I do like the idea of him buffing jets though, because you could even add it to other ones where Magna Boss buffs, so Volcanicus buffs all the Dinobots, or Magna Boss buffs any fire damage, or things like that. I like the idea of a certain combiner buffing a certain thing after death like that. But yeah, I mean, if they've already got an after death ability, then maybe not. But you get the idea. Magna Boss can do a tornado similar to Sea Spray. But I think he's got enough damage. Again, he's got enough damage. He's got enough protection. He's got healing. What does Magnaboss lack? That's the big question, I think. Once you address that and what he lacks, then we can say, right, this is what we'll do to address that. But I don't think it does lack anything. Let's have a look. Matt Paul with dash protection, I think in Victorian, that's why. Yeah. Got that, yeah. Cool. But again, if you've got any ideas, put it in the comments, put it in the chat, let me know. I'll pass them on to Dale for consideration for the 5-star combiners. So, yeah, super pleased with these combiners all getting a buff. Get a bit of rework. I mean, that's a given. They will get a HP and DPS increase, I imagine. The 5-star, again, it's just pie in the sky, guys. Nothing's been confirmed. And, you know, I've always said to you guys that, you know, if we are working on 5-star combiners, I'll tell you guys. Sometimes I've got like a bit of a, you know, non-disclosure agreement, an NDA, and I can't say what it is. But I'll try and give you guys little snippets and say, you know, this is what we're doing right now. So HQ 18 wise, we're not testing it yet. We're going to be testing it next week, I believe. There's still a few bugs to iron out, and that's why we're seeing a lot of bugs in the game at the minute, because they're trying different stuff. So I'm hoping it's really innovative, HQ 18. I'm hoping, but we've been let down before with raids and with not squad slot, what are they called? The dispatch missions. You know, these sort of things. Oh, and Freezus Maximus, thank you for becoming a platinum member at the clutch. So, thank you. So, with that being said, just before the end of the stream, we are going to do the giveaway. So let me just get all the names up. So give me just a minute. Members. There we go. So this is active members as now. We're going to get a list together. I'm just going to do it in the list as they appear. So number 1, we've got Chris Harmon. Number 2, we've got Freezius Max. Number 3, we've got Generic. Number 4, we've got Grimlador. Who's next? Number 5, we've got MJ. Then we've got number 6 is Dojak. Next up, we've got Righteous. He's number 7. Number 8, we've got my friend Tex. 9, we've got Andy Swales. I'm sorry, I'm writing this very scruffy. 10, we've got Buxter Bomb. I can't even read my own writing, I'm trying to write that fast. Number 11, we've got Windblade. These are all my platinum members, don't forget, guys. 12, we've got Penny Lancaster. Just keep yourself amused a minute. Number 13, we've got Kill Cannon. 14, we've got Chris Lewis. 15, we've got Stay Puffed. Then 16, we've got Atari. 17, Simon Hayes. And 18, Grind Time. So we've got 18 members. So we're giving away a $50 gift card. And like I said, once we get to 20 platinum members, I'll be giving away 2 $40 gift cards. But that is it. That is all the entries in. So just to confirm the numbers before I do I get up on the screen. So number 1 is Chris Harmon. Number 2 is Freezius Max. Number 3 is Generic. Number 4 is Grimlador. Number 5 is MJ. Number 6 is Dojak. Number 7 is Righteous. Number 8 is Tex. Number 9 is Andy Swales. Number 10 is Fogsterbomb. Number 11 is Windblade. Number 12 is Penny Lancaster. Number 13 is Kill Cannon. Number 14 is Chris Lewis. Number 15 is Stay Puffed. Number... Oh, I've missed someone actually. Apologies. Oh no, I haven't. No, I haven't. No, I haven't. So yeah, 14 is Chris Lewis. $15 is Stay Puffed. Hang on. Yeah, 16 Atari. I can't even read, honestly. 17 Simon Hayes and 18 Grind Time. Yeah, cool. Because I've got a couple of basic membership guys in there that were just sort of in there. So I thought I was missed one of them, but I haven't. There's basic memberships. So again, like I said, basic membership doesn't include it in the gift card, guys. So I've got a few guys that are basic memberships. So consider upgrading because we've got 18 platinum members. So once we get to 20, then we can do 2 gift card giveaways. Random number generator on Google. So let's just get it onto 1 a minute. Cool. I'll start there. Right, okay. This has not been done yet, guys. I've not drawn it yet. Okay. Cool. Okay. Let's just minimize that a minute. Maximize that. So there we go. You can see there, random number generator on Google. No, that's when you see the chat. 1 to 20. No, it's 1 to 18. 1 to 20. Wishful thinking. 1 to 18. So like I said again, 1 Chris Harmon, 2 Freezers, 3 Generic, 4 Grumlador, 5 MJ, 6 Dojak, 7 Righteous, 8 Tex, 9 Andy Swirls, 10 Foxbomb, 11 Windblade, 12 Penny Lancaster, 13 Kill Cannon, 14 Chris Lewis, 15 Stay Puft, 16 Atari, 17 Simon Hayes, and 18 Grind Time. Good luck, everyone. Here we go. And it is number 12, which is Penny Lancaster. So, Penny Lancaster, congratulations. You have won the $50 gift card. Congratulations. So, if you hit me up on Discord after the stream, and I will arrange for the gift card to be posted. So, yeah, congratulations. Yeah. So, well done. Unlucky Grind Time. Sorry, Penny Lancaster has won your... won your oh my god, I can't even speak. I feel so sorry for Grind Time. Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing though, Penny Lancaster. So yeah, this is something I'm hopefully, you know, over time that everyone will win it, other than Grind Time. But you know, hopefully you put money in and eventually you'll win, and you know, over it, then you'll win the money back. That's the idea. You know, you become a member and you go in for this stream every 2 months, and then hopefully everyone sort of wins and gets some money back from it. And it's a good little, you know, gift card for a big event weekend or something like that. So yeah. So the next one after this will literally be just before Christmas. So whatever the stream day is before Christmas. So I think it'd be like about 3 days before Christmas, somewhere around there. We'll do it again. So don't forget, guys, that if you are a basic member, consider becoming a platinum member to in with the draw. We've got 18 members. So, you know, 20 members and we'll give away 2 gift cards. That's the dream. And again, once we get to 20, we'll set another one. I'll have a look at it and go, right, okay, if we get to this number, then we'll give away 3 gift cards. You know, that's the idea. Yeah. I'm starting a tradition. I'm excluded for the next one. Sadly, you're not excluded. You know, you are in the next one. I mean, if you want to give it away to someone, but you've earned that right to win. So, you know, I'm not going to start excluding people. It's not really fair that if you're paid to be a member, then, you know, why? Why would you, you know, be excluded from the next one? It's not really fair, is it? But if you do win it twice, Grind Times will be really pissed. MD Prime, Xmas Wednesday. No, it's not. Xmas is a Sunday. I only know that because I run a pub, so I need to know. So Xmas is a Sunday, so it'll be the Thursday before that. It definitely is a Sunday. Yeah. Cool. Well, that is the end of the stream, and on that bombshell. So sorry to Grind Time, but sorry to everyone else that's platinum member. But you know, another member has won a $50 gift card. So I can't remember what we're giving away. What, about $200 gift cards now? So yeah, super cool that we're doing this. Love giving these gift cards away. But yeah, thanks to everyone who's been a platinum member, but as well, thanks to everyone subscribed. Thanks to everyone that supported my channel through 2022. Thanks to people that tune in for the streams. No, it doesn't just take platinum members or subscribers to make the channel. Even people that just watch it and give feedback and whatever else. But thanks to everyone for watching. Thanks to everyone for tuning in. Really appreciated. But yeah, don't forget to tune in on Monday. We'll be doing another gameplay stream. We'll do a bit of gameplay with the new combats and stuff, and just a bit of a chilled out stream. Answering any questions you've got, come and join us there. And then next Thursday, hopefully after the 8th stream, we should have some more HQ18 info, which would be super cool. So can't wait for that to sort of hit. I am talking about trying to get Dale on the stream again, so that could happen soon as well. But yeah, thanks for watching. Really appreciate everyone tuning in. Thanks for watching, guys, and as always, peace out.